Hey there, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video about all these doomsday scenarios. Um, there's been a lot of people covering, like the asteroids or the apocalypse or World War III, nuclear war, stuff like that, like anything that involves major devastation. Um, the first thing that I wanted to bring to light was the fact that I came across a scenario that actually does seem pretty plausible. It might actually explain some of the weather phenomenons and the strange skies lately. As for the dwarf stars or Planet X, Nibiru, whichever one you want to call it, we're still, trying to gather evidence to back that up. Although there seems to be a lot out there right now, it's still not very convincing yet. Although I do believe that there is something in our solar system, but we're gonna make another video about that later. So the first scenario that I want to touch base on would be technology. Technology is it's always advancing, and if we keep going, sooner or later, we will have too much technology, and it's going to be a little too hard to control. But so there is a small possibility that the artificial intelligence could take over. Look up Russia. They have already successfully produced one robot, or a Terminator, so to speak, with many more to come, as they say. Some people actually think that it's possible to have the technology take over our planet within the next 100 years. So that's a very small window. Once again, I'm sorry about the sniffling and the clearing on my throat. There's a major cold going around. It seems like it's never ending. But so the second possibility I would like to share with you guys could be Yellowstone National Park. I don't know if you guys are aware or not, but lately there has been mass earthquakes kind of happening all over the world. They're occurring every day along the west coast of the United States, as well as the west coast along the Pacific Ocean. So most people would refer to that as the Ring of Fire. Some scientists would say that the Ring of Fire is awakening, and the earthquakes and volcano activity will only get worse with mass destruction and deaths on a global scale if it does end up erupting. If Yellowstone does blow, it is, I think it's 2,500 times bigger than the Hiroshima explosion or the Mount Helens eruption. There are roughly 40 volcanoes on the planet, and all that it takes is one super volcano to erupt to bring us to the brink of extinction, which nobody wants. The last time a super volcano erupted was roughly 600,000 years ago. Some scientists say, anyways, which would leave us to be about 30 years, 35 years or so overdue. So we could see a major supervolcano eruption any day now. Now, there's lots and lots of speculation as to how many of these asteroids are actually in our solar system. Some would say, hundreds or thousands or even millions. If a collision with an asteroid was ever to happen with Earth, there would be catastrophic. Well, let's just say it brought the dinosaurs to the extinction. So it would also depend on where the asteroid would probably hit. There are a lot of space rocks in our solar system that are close to our planet and may already be affecting our solar system. CT 2012 and many more. Search asteroids tracking in space. There's more than 100,000 out there. that have been located by NASA, but there are millions more that have not. So we honestly can't say how many are out there. So it's possible, it's already happened once before. Like I said, with the dinosaurs, it's very plausible that it could happen again. The next one that we're all so worried about right now would be nuclear war. Now, this is probably like a 70% chance right now, considering the fact of everything that's going on. The tensions rising in the north, the Middle East, as well as the United States trying to pump up their security, so to speak. But so nuclear war is a very real possibility. Look what's going on in the South China Sea. Nobody's really been covering that for a while now, but the reason I think China isn't really upholding their part of the sanctions is so that way the United States is distracted on what the Chinese are doing in the South China Sea. From what I understand, they are stealing land and making land to build a floating army. So the more the United States is preoccupied with North Korea, the less they will be occupied with what they are doing out there. The Russian borders, Iraq, Iran, North Korea, Japan, China, United States, UK, Paris, etc. North Korea and Iran, truth be told, is happening because they won't accept the World Bank, which interferes with the top elite or dark government, shadow government, whatever you want to call them, with implementing the New World Order. Lots of evidence leading to a very real event in the near future, and that would be World War III. It would be fast if it does ever happen, so you wouldn't really have to worry about pain and suffering unless you are out of the blast zone, in which case you would have to worry about nuclear fallouts. Now, it is said that North Korea has a nuclear-capable missile that can fly 6,700 plus miles. Well, math says that I live in Canada, so I'm going to use Toronto as an example. Toronto, Canada is roughly 6,300 miles from North Korea. That's from the U.S. Missile Agencies, Missile and Defense Detection Agency. North Korea claims to have a missile that can fly 7,400 plus miles with the capability of shrinking a nuclear warhead and putting it on an ICBM, but this is yet to be proven. And all this would help implement their New World Order, Agenda 21, etc. plans. So let's not forget what's going on with North Korea. The stuff that's going on in Saudi Arabia right now, it is all connected to the New World Order, which they are hoping to have done by 2030. Now, another doomsday scenario would be mass plagues. Now, new and deadly man-made or Mother Nature plagues are being created on a daily basis. That's what the CDC is for, disease control, so they say, or it could be disease making at the same time. 1981 plague could occur again from natural causes and may be manipulated into something deadlier if mankind uses its powers of science, like I said, hence the CDC. If they can deter, deteriorate, and if they can deter and deteriorate diseases, help fight against them, I'm guaranteed that they know how to create them as well. Another one would be meet the enemy. So figuratively speaking, that would be us, which is taking place now. It's happening everywhere. Mankind is just destroying the planet. Animals are migrating further north. Plants and trees are changing faster than they normally should. The seasons are changing. So our winter is getting a little bit longer by the cold, hence part of it. And our summers are getting longer as well. We kind of are really not in between lately. It's either hot or it's cold. I don't know if that how it is in your country. Comment down below and let me know what you have noticed going on where you live, because in Canada, like I said, southern Ontario, it's been either hot or cold. There's been no in between. Humans are, we as the people are destroying our planet. So we need to either start recycling better, start to find more efficient ways to, have power. There's wind and solar power out there. I don't know why the government has not really given us everything that we need to be a safe and that's pretty much it. Like, the government doesn't give us anything that we basically need to survive. They give us what they want us to know so they can keep us in place. The seawater is rising as well, so that could be another part of man-made, reasons. Increasing in natural disasters, whether that's climate change or the pole shift. The last time I checked, the Earth's axle has shifted already by 6 degrees. I believe it's going south. Now, I don't really know if climate change is real. I'm sure that it probably has a very, very low percent of what's really going on right now. But humans are behind climate change. If it is real, it's because of us. What do you think about climate change? Do you think climate change and global warming is real? Or do you think it's just another man-made false flag? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, the government is spraying chemicals to cover up the effects of global warming, or are they covering up something else that's happening in our solar system? There's all kinds of different theories out there. I want to know what yours is. Personally, I think the government is covering up something much bigger than global warming. Because if it was just global warming, why the need to spray our skies? I don't really understand that. But the one doomsday scenario that I haven't heard about that does make a lot of sense would be, we have a black hole or black holes in our solar system. Look up the effects of a black hole in the Earth's solar system. It does explain a lot of what's going on in our world today with the natural disasters, the difference in our skies. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there is evidence out there leaning towards that there is another planetary object or a dwarf star of some sort in our solar system as well. But like I said, if you look up the effects of a black hole, it does explain a lot of what is going on. A lot. And that could be a reason why they're trying to cover it up, because even if a black hole is in our solar system and it doesn't have any negative effects on our planet, like there will, nothing major anyways, nothing on a major global scale would happen. They don't want, I would assume they wouldn't want to raise panic for no reason. So that could be a reason why they're covering our skies. But then again, I say, let the people know. We have that right. If it wasn't for us, the government wouldn't even exist. We elected them in power. We gave them that power, and we have the right to take it back. They need to know who they're working for. There's other ways to get around knowing the truth. I'm not really sure what your guys' opinions are on Antifa, but me personally, I think that they should go about it a different way, considering the fact with them rioting and causing destruction, fighting with the police, stuff like that. Like, that's not going to help their cause. That's just going to help the government implement their new world order and usher in martial law. So if that's what they want, then yeah, sure, keep going the way you're going, but I highly recommend you change your game plan. So on the topics in this particular video, if you would like to give me your comments on what you would think would possibly happen as to a doomsday scenario, or even what is going on in your country, city, town, weather-wise, animal wise, just anything that you would seem to think that is out of the ordinary or doesn't belong or shouldn't be happening, I would like to know about it. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope that these doomsday scenarios you could have gotten a little bit of a laugh out of, because I know I did when I first read them, but there are some very plausible ones in here. Do your research. My main goal about this is just to help give people the nudge to want to know what's really going on, just like others did for me. But it all boils down to you doing your own research. Nobody can really make you think or believe something that you don't want to. And without valuable proof and evidence to back up what people are saying, it's all just sayings. It's just another word on the paper or another video on the screen. You need to learn for yourself. Don't let the government do the thinking for you. You need to do that for yourself. So with that being said, hope you guys have a rest of your good day. And tune in for any new channels if you find these somewhat interesting. I am fairly, still new to the whole channel making, a little nervous at it at the same time, so I keep kind of messing up, stuttering and, blah, blah, blah. But research, guys. Research. Knowledge is power, and power is key, and the government is overthrowing theirs. They're overstepping a lot of boundaries, and we the people need to let them know that. We do need to fight back, but we need to fight back responsibly. We need to gain the knowledge to be able to fight back responsibly. So that's where it comes back into doing your own research. All right, guys. Well, have a good day. Take care. Be safe and be aware.